Hi everyone, we are the Group Z and we are here to tackle about the Chapter 6, The Good Life, and Chapter 7, When Technology and Humanity Cross. Hope you listen and like it.
Intellectual virtues. Intellectual virtues are excellent personal traits or character strengths which are deemed to be morally good for thinking and learning and are often associated with knowledge and cognitive ability. Dito sa intellectual virtues, ito yung kanya-kanya nilang kakayahan at kanya-kanya nilang kalakasan sa isang bagay. Maaring pinag-aralan nila o kaya sadyang katangian lang nila.
Intellectual virtues have the following key features. They are acquired. No one is born with intellectual virtues. Intellectual courage, perseverance, or open-mindedness are obtained through practices guided by instructions. Number two, they are excellent character traits. A person may have excellent mathematical ability, but this is not considered a virtue. Intellectual virtue is possessed by a person with excellent disposition in the life, whether this could be about decision making or accepting criticism. Number three, they involve human emotion, intention, motivation, and values. A person with intellectual virtue does not rejoice with falsehood but loves the truth. Number four, they they are aimed and cognitive goods. The goals of intellectual virtues are knowledge, truth, and understanding, which are common good and which unify intellectual virtues and differentiate them from moral virtues. They are means between two extremes. These extremes that intellectual virtues serve as means between the excess and deficiency. That is courage stand between rashness and cowardice, while humility breeds belittling oneself and being arrogant. Pleasure is a positive, enjoyable, or worth-seeking mental state that gives feeling or satisfaction and enjoyment. Pleasure is taking and can acquire alone. Happiness is a state of well-being and contentment that encompasses living a good life with a sense of meaning and deep satisfaction. Happiness is giving and can acquire social. Comparison between pleasure and happiness. Happiness can be considered as high level of satisfaction. Simple pleasure cannot make people happy in long run. Public good from politico-ethical sense. A public good benefits the communal or national public as it is used by a greater number of local population. Most of time, national good is considered synonymous to communal good. Public good is an item or service that may be consumed without reducing the amount available for others and cannot be withheld from those who do not pay for it.
Microeconomy. It focuses on understanding the behavior of individuals, consumers, and firms in the market and how they respond to changes in economic conditions, such as changes in prices, income, and consumer preferences. It explains the behavior of prices and quantities of goods and services in the market and to analyze the impact of government policies such as taxes and subsidies on the market outcome. For example, microeconomic examines how a company could maximize its production and capacity so that it could lower prices and better compete. Macroeconomy studies the behavior of a country and how its policies impact the economy as a whole. It analyzed the entire industries and economies rather than individuals or specific companies. For example, a government implements a fiscal stimulus package during a downturn. This includes increased spending on infrastructure, tax cuts for individuals and businesses, and higher transfer payments like unemployment benefits. The goal is to boost aggregate demand, stimulate economic activity, and reduce unemployment. Public goods describe all products that are non-excludable and non-rival. That means no one can be prevented from consuming them, and consumers can use them without reducing their availability to other consumers. These types of goods are often supplied by the government and paid for with taxpayer money. Examples of public goods include fresh air, knowledge, national defense, street lighting, etc. Private goods are products that are both excludable and rival. They are generally sold to consumers at a certain price before they can be used. Anyone who cannot afford to buy them is excluded from their consumption. The consumption of private goods by an individual prevent other individual from consuming the same goods. Therefore, private goods are also considered rival. Examples of private goods include ice cream, food, houses, cars, etc. Mixed public goods are goods or services provided by private groups without profit motive but still offer benefits to the public. They share characteristics of public goods like being non-excludable and non-rival goods, yet are managed by private entities. Example include privately operated parks, open to the public without charge. BADs, public goods. They are typically undesirable products or services that are detrimental to society, such as pollution or harmful substance. Eudaimonia and the common good encapsulates a eudaimonistic concept of happiness, emphasizing human flourishing and the fulfillment of one's potential through personal growth. It revolves around living in harmony with what is inherently valuable to humans, including purpose, meaningful relationship, good health, and contributing positively to the community. For example, if a community project focus on improving a mental health support services. Green economy. Define a result of improvement human well-being and social equity while significantly reducing environment risks and ecological scarcities. Green economy growth in income and employment should be driven by public and private investment that reduce carbon emission and pollution, enhance energy and resource efficiency, and prevent the loss of biodiversity and ecosystem services. For example, the development of renewable energy infrastructure in a city, such as windmill and solar panels, to reduce carbon emission and pollution.
How are we from a green economy? Over the last quarter of a century, the world economy has quadrupled, benefiting hundreds of millions of people. In contrast, however, 60% of the world's major ecosystem, goods and services that underpin livelihood have degraded or used unsustainably.